Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here, as always, to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today, guys, several things to say. We will have to speak about who did fantastic in Champions League, some players who are always to watch on the market, and much more. Let's jump into it. Here we go, guys, ready for new updates here, for more news altogether, as always, to keep you updated. Many things to tell you because it's been a big Champions League week with many results, but the first update I want to give you is on a manager, and this is about Luciano Spalletti, the Italian manager of Juventus, because there is an agreement in principle reached between Juventus and Luciano Spalletti over a new contract. It will be signed really soon until June 2028, so all done, all completed between Spalletti and Juventus. And also important to mention now, this will help handle all the discussions and the negotiations internally at Juventus over signings. And so, what's going to happen with Dusan Vlahovic? New contract and leaving on a free contract, or leaving on a free contract. And then Juventus are interested in several players on a free. For example, Leon Goretzka, for example, for sure also Bernardo Silva, who has many suitors around the world. So it's going to be interesting to see what Juventus do with Luciano Spalletti, staying as their head coach for 2 more seasons. But the news I wanted to give you today, another really important news, is about Ibrahima Konaté from Liverpool. Because after long negotiations, after many months spent in contacts, what I can tell you today is that these negotiations between Liverpool management and Ibrahima Konaté, the player, and his camp are moving to the final stages. So the agreement between Konate and Liverpool is getting closer, is almost there. Is not done, signed, completed yet, and we have to wait till the very end before saying it's done, because with free agents, with really important players like Konate, everything can happen in 5 minutes. There is no negotiation needed club to club. So with free agents, guys, till they put pen to paper, we have to be always really careful. But in this case, Ibrahima Konaté and Liverpool are advancing very well in conversations to get new contract sorted and done. The salary is almost agreed. The length of the contract is being discussed, so that's the point. The number of years. There are some clauses to clarify, but Konate and Liverpool are almost there in negotiations over new contract. Again, let's wait for these final stages. Let's be careful till the end. But despite many reports saying that Real Madrid were back in talks to sign Ibrahima Konaté in the summer, despite reports saying that Ibrahima Konaté wanted to go elsewhere, at the moment the club absolutely leading the race to have Ibrahima Konaté and his services from next season is again Liverpool. So this is the story regarding Ibu Konaté, and it's going to be obviously a really important topic to follow in the next weeks. Then on Liverpool, guys, poor game against Paris Saint-Germain. It's been a difficult one, a tough one for Liverpool in Champions League at Parc des Princes. Then what I can tell you, a really important point about this, is also about Arne Slot. Because many Liverpool fans are texting me, Fabrizio, what's the situation with Arne Slot? Fabrizio, what's going to happen with Arne Slot? My information remains the same, guys. So at the end of the season, not today, not next week, not in 2 weeks. At the end of the season, Liverpool, the management, but also the ownership, so the whole important people at Liverpool Football Club will meet, will have an end of the season review and decide about summer strategies, signings, exits, and also the situation of the manager. So that's the case. At the end of the season, there will be a review about everything. During this season, which has been a very difficult season for Liverpool in some moments, never in any moment Liverpool management or Liverpool owners told Arne Slot anything about a deadline or showing him no confidence. At every moment, the message to Arne Slot was always about support and trust in what he's doing. So Liverpool have always been supporting the manager. Then, from now to the end of the season, we have to see the results, we have to see what's going to happen, and then Liverpool will assess the situation with Arne Slot and also players, strategies, contracts, and more. So that's the story. At the moment, nothing is changing, even if Liverpool lost the last 3 games in all competitions. Then, moving into more topics, one I wanted to mention, we were talking about free agents, guys, with Ibrahima Konaté, but keep an eye also on Jadon Sancho. Because it's now confirmed, Borussia Dortmund director Ricker made public what I told you here on the channel a few weeks ago. Borussia Dortmund are working on a deal to bring back Jadon Sancho to the club. For Man United, the Jadon Sancho chapter is over. Sancho will be free at the end of the season. Man United will not sign a new contract with Sancho. I mean, it's not a new contract. They had an option to activate, if they wanted, to extend the contract for Sancho for one more season and eventually try to sell him to make some profit, to make some money. But Man United prefer not to trigger the option to avoid his salary for one more season, which is a big salary, to let him go on a free, to accept defeat on the Jadon Sancho deal. And now Sancho, as a free agent, attracting interest from Italy, but also from Borussia Dortmund. Would be the third time in black and yellow for Jadon Sancho, so there is a conversation ongoing between the club and Jadon Sancho. Let's see how this is going to go, but for sure he's a target for Dortmund, depending on the financial request to be made by the player. And then, guys, I want to talk about another player who is now in Germany, but this is a superstar, and this is Michael Olise, doing really, really fantastic at Bayern. Many of you asking me if Real Madrid can go for Olise in the summer transfer window. There are many reports, there are many stories about an eventual bid being prepared by Real Madrid, about those conversations. You know, guys, I always want to respect who is sharing news, because anyone can have his own informations. But my information remains that Bayern have absolutely no intention to sit at the table and negotiate any exit conditions this summer for Michael Olise. Not at all. Bayern have no intention to negotiate, no intention to discuss, no interest in a record fee. Bayern are very, very calm regarding the Michael Olise situation. Bayern believe that Olise will be their player for a long time. Bayern are super happy with Olise, not just with the performances, we all can see that, but the attitude, how he's being always professional, always serious, never creating any problem, never having an agent going out and making interviews about clubs interested. So Bayern are very happy with the situation. Then, what's going to happen in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, we can't predict today, but what we can say today is that Bayern are not in the position to imagine an exit of Michael Olise this summer. Also, Uli Hoeneß, the honorary president at Bayern, more than honorary president, he's a really influential figure at Bayern, made clear that they were not even going to consider 200 million euros for Michael Olise. So I think that says it all. Your thoughts on all these stories from Ibrahima Konaté to Olise, Sancho, Arne Slot, Luciano Spalletti, plenty of things today. As always, remember, guys, to like this video, to turn on the notification bell, and to subscribe to the channel here with many things every single day. See you soon.